Today we are discussing the topic main turbine oil system. In a thermal power plant turbine system, there will be rotating and stationary parts. Between these rotating and stationary parts, there is friction force. For reducing this friction, we need to supply lubricating oils. First, we are going to the purpose of oil system. First purpose is for providing lubrication. Then second is for maintaining the temperature of bearing to a required level. And the third purpose is for providing sealing to hydrogen cooled generator. We know that in generator hydrogen gas is used for cooling purpose. That is, hydrogen gases is filled in the generator at a pressure. So there are chances of hydrogen gas leakages to atmosphere and air may leaks into the generator. Both of these actions will cause us different problems. For avoiding these, hydrogen sealing is required. Hydrogen sealing is done by means of oil. The main purpose of this turbine oil system are for providing lubrication and for providing jacking. Jacking means the rotor is lifted to a small height in order to reduce the frictional forces and for bearing gear. The commonly used oil in turbine system are turbinol 46 and 68. Then we are going to main components. The first component is main oil tank. Main oil tank is a storage tank which stores the oil required for turbine system. Then for providing lubricating oils, there are three pumps. Two is alternating current and one is direct current type. The alternating current type are known as ACAOP, auxiliary oil pumps. There are two AOP pumps used for supplying lubricating oils. If any of the alternating current type pump trips, there will be an emergency oil pump known as DCOP. It will comes to action automatically and it will supply lubricating oils. Like for lubricating oil, there are two pumps for jacking oils. One is alternating current type and another one is direct current type. The alternating current type pumps are known as ACJOP. It will supply jacking oils. This jacking oil will lift the rotor to a small height to reduce the frictional effect and for providing bearing gear. Then the temperature of the oil should be between two limits. If the temperature of the oil is very high, it will cause us overheating in bearing lines and it will cause us increase in vibration. Then for reducing the temperature of oil, we use coolers. There are two coolers used in main oil tank system, in which the temperature of the oil is reduced by means of water. The oil and water are flowed through tubes. During their flow, heat transfer takes place and the temperature of the oil gets reduced. Then, if the temperature of the oil is very low, it will cause us oil whip effect. What is oil whip effect? That is, with decrease in temperature, the viscosity of the oil increases and it will affect lubrication. Then there is filter and strainer. Filter and strainer are used for removing dirt particles and foreign material from the oil. That is, dirt particle and foreign material may enter into the turbine oil system through air. We know that in air there are many dirt particles and foreign material. When air leaks into the turbine oil system, the oil becomes contaminated. And the second source is through corrosion of the equipments and pipelines. By the corrosion of equipment and pipelines, metal particles are deposited in the oil. Third source is during the initial filling and makeup of main oil tank. During this process, if the oil used is contaminated by dirt particles, then the oil system becomes contaminated. Then these foreign materials and dirt particles may damage the rotating and stationary parts of the turbine. So for removing this dirt particle, we use filter and strainer. there will be a bucket-shaped strainer in the return line of lubricating oil. When the oil passes through the bucket strainer, the foreign materials and dirt particles are deposited in the bucket strainer and pure oil comes to main oil tank. And there will be duplex filter provided in the each supplying lines of lubricating oil and jacking oil. They will remove dirt particles and foreign materials. The next component is air exhaust fan. Air exhaust fan is provided for removing gas components and oil vapor formed. The gases may enter into the turbine oil system through generator. We know that in generator, CO2 gases and hydrogen gases are used. The oil used for hydrogen sealing may absorb these CO2 and hydrogen gases. Then second source is through air. We know that in air contains different types of gaseous component. When air leaks into the oil system, the oil becomes contaminated by these gases. And third is oil vapor formation in the MOT tank. Then these gaseous component and oil vapor component may causes corrosion and it may causes explosion. For avoiding this, we use air exhaust fans. Air exhaust fan sucks these gases and oil vapor, then it is discharged to atmosphere. The next component is external purification unit. External purification unit is used for removing water content from oil. Water may enter into the oil system through air. That is, we know that atmospheric air contains a small amount of water. When air leaks into the turbine oil system, oil becomes contaminated by water. And second source is leakages in the coolers. If there is leakage in cooler, there are chances of oil-water mixing. Then third source is during the initial filling of MOT tank. During the filling, if we are using the oil contaminated by water, then water will enter into turbine oil system. And the presence of water in oil will degrade the property, lubricating oil properties of the oil, and it will cause us corrosion. For removing water content, we use an external purification unit. It works on the principle of centrifugal principle. Then next component is throttle valve. There will be throttle valves at each individual supply lines of bearing lubricating oil for controlling the lubricating oil supply pressure at each of the bearing. Then next component is hydraulic motor. Hydraulic motor is for the initial turning of rotor. That is before rotating the rotor using steam. We rotate the rotor at a small RPM by means of hydraulic motor. Hydraulic motor works on by oils. Okay, this hydraulic motor rotate the rotor of the turbine system at a small RPM. Okay, it is the control room diagram of main oil turbine system. Starting from this end, it is hydraulic motor and it is HP turbine, IP turbine, LP1 turbine, LP2 turbine, generator and exciter. Between the hydraulic motor and HP turbine, there is bearing 1, and between HP turbine and IP turbine, bearing 2. Between IP turbine and LP1 turbine, bearing 3. Between LP1 and LP2 turbine, bearing 4. And between LP2 turbine and generator, there is bearing 5 and bearing 6. Between generator and exciter, there is bearing 7. And at the end of exciter, there is bearing 8. This yellow color portion is main oil tank. It indicates the internal heater. For providing lubricating oil, there are 3 pumps, 1, 2 and 3. 2 are alternating current type and 1 is direct current type. The oil pumped by this pump comes to this point. It is a thermostatic 3-way valve. If the temperature of the oil is low, then this line will be in service and the oil bypasses through this line. If the temperature of the oil is high, we need to reduce the temperature by means of cooler. In the cooler, the temperature of the oil gets reduced and it passes through duplex filters where the dirt particles are removed from the oil and it is applied to each of the 8 bearings. Going to jacking oil system, there are two pumps. One is alternating current type and another one is a direct current type. The oil pumped by this pump passes through duplex filter where foreign materials and dirt particles are removed. Then it is applied to each of 8 bearings and hydraulic motor. There will be oil vapor exhaust fans. They are provided for removing gaseous component and oil vapor formed in the MOT tank. They will suck the gaseous component from MOT tank and it is discharged to atmosphere. It indicates the level of oil in the tank. Going to side photo, it is main oil tank and these two are auxiliary oil pumps. These two are coolers. It is the bucket strainer. That is, bucket strainer is provided in the return line of lubricating oil. When the lubricating oil passes through bucket strainer, foreign material and dirt particles are deposited in it and the fresh oil comes to tank. It is the housing of bucket strainer. It is the duplex filter of lubricating oil system. There will be two duplex filters. At a time, one will be in service. For changing the filter in services, we use this this wheel. Okay. There will be a DP gauge. This DP gauge is provided for determining how much the filter is choked. This red portion indicates how much the filter is choked. If the filter is choked up to this portion, that is at 80%, then we need to clean the filter. These are duplex filters and these two are AOP pumps. These two lines are the discharge of AOP pumps. The discharge of AOP pumps goes to cooler where the temperature of the oil gets reduced. After reducing the temperature, it comes to duplex filter. It is the inlet of duplex filter. In the duplex filter, dirt particles are removed and discharge of the duplex filter are to each of bearings. These are the photos of coolers. In coolers, there are tubes through which oil and water flows. During their flow, heat transfer takes place and temperature of the oil gets reduced. There will be a handle provided to change the cooler in service. That is, at a time, any one of the cooler will be in service. For changing the cooler in service, we use this handle. By rotating this handle, we can change the cooler in service. Going to jacking oil system, there is alternating current type pump and direct current type pump, and there will be duplex filter in the supply line of jacking oil. These two are duplex filters and this handle is used for changing the filter in service. Going to external purification unit. External purification unit are used for removing water content from oil. In the external purification unit, there will be a separator motor. Then there will be a suction pump. Okay, this pump sucks oil from MOT tank and it is supplied to separator. In separator there will be rotating blades. The blades are rotating by means of the separator motor. There will be a belt mechanism, and when the blade rotates by centrifugal principle, water is deposited in a tank placed below here. Okay, then the fresh oil will supply back to MOT. These are the oil vapor exhaust fans. They will suck oil vapors from tank and it is discharged to atmosphere. This is the three-way thermostatic valve. These are the internal heaters. There will be 6 internal heaters in the MOT system, and these are local level gauges. It indicates how much the tank is filled with oil. These are local gauges for head pressure readings, auxiliary oil pump discharge pressure readings, emergency oil pump discharge pressure readings, etc. Thank you.